When Donald Trump got elected the first time, he had roadblocks. He had people in his administration. Remember how many people quit his administration? Go back. You remember the dozens and dozens of people who quit that administration and gave us warnings? The people who were closest to him, who quit and came out and voted Democrat because they knew just how much of a detriment this man was to this country. Remember those motherfuckers? They're not there anymore. They quit. They were the ones that were pumping the brakes on him and his insanity. He didn't have control of the House and the Senate and the Supreme Court. Now he has a Republican House. He has a Republican Senate. He has a conservative Supreme Court, which we've already seen has been doing his bidding. Remember, they gave presidents presidential immunity for him. Oh, and let's forget, he also has presidential immunity because the Supreme Court gave it to him. The man who said, I'm going to be dictator on day one. Oh, gosh. The thing that sucks the worst about all of this is that the people who voted for this man are going to be the last people who feel the effects of what this man has done. And by the time it comes to get you, it'll be too late. It'll be too late because all the black women, all the black people, all the Latino people, all the marginalized people, all the poor people, they will have already been ran through. And when we've all been ran through, who the fuck do you think is going to be their next target? Don't we have a saying for this? At first they came for my neighbors and I didn't do anything because they didn't come for me, right? And then what happened? When they got through all the neighbors, who the fuck do you think they came for next? And that's what we're going to be seeing in this country over the next 4 years and probably in perpetuity. Because y'all think, that's the other thing that's getting me, hearing these conversations about, oh, this next 4 years. 4 years? You think this is over in 4 years? You think the man who said dictator on day one is going to give it up in 4 years? You think the man who did January 6, 2020, who incited a fucking riot, who incited an insurrection so that he wouldn't lose, you think that man is going to give up power in 4 years? The only thing that we have going for us is the likelihood that that man won't even survive 4 years. Because if you've been paying attention, you can tell that man is sick. Listen to how he talks. This fool is slurring his speech. Go back and listen to his interview with Elon Musk. Do you remember that? When he did that interview on Twitter with Elon Musk a few months ago, and they had, quote, technical difficulties. It was supposed to be a on-camera interview, and they had technical difficulties. And when they finally got things up and running, it became just an audio interview. And the whole entire interview, Donald Trump is slurring his words. Go back and listen to it. I actually was going to do a segment on that on the podcast because I pay attention to politics. And so I would notice, like, anytime they would show these clips of him at different speeches, I'd be like, why does he sound so weird? And why is nobody talking about this? This man is slurring his speech. He sounds weird. And that Elon Musk interview was sus as fuck. Were the technical difficulties the fact that this guy is literally falling apart? Cognitively, physically? So if he survives that 4 years, first and foremost, but it doesn't matter because his movement has already taken off. There will just be another one to take his place. And if he can pull off what he wants to pull off, remember, he told the people that all we have to do is get him elected and you will never have to vote again. What do you think he meant by you will never have to vote again? One of the other reasons why I could not do the show was because I was so emotionally distraught. As a child of immigrants who came to this country escaping 2 different dictatorships, we are in fucking danger.